Okay, so in this demo of Pamtree, I'm going to take you through how you can use this new business platform to manage your network marketing business. I'm just going to hop into one of our development accounts here, which has been set up for a distributor for a Forever Living business, but it's the same principles that apply to all network marketing businesses. So I've logged in here. It takes me straight through to the dashboard, which is a snapshot of lots of the different features and activity that we're going to go through now. So I'm not going to focus too much on this. I'm actually going to dive straight in, starting with contacts. So here in the contact section, it's very, very simple. It's all about having one single place to manage your contacts. So you can add new contacts up here very easily, add loads of information. You have about them, pictures if you want to as well. And then you can also import contacts here. So you can come along, download our spreadsheet, copy your contacts across, so from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from your phone contacts, and then import them in here. So you'll have one single place where all your contacts are managed. You can even merge duplicates. So if you have more than one contact that's the same, you can find it by phone or email. So let's just see if we have any there. There we go. So you can see those two both have the same phone number. So then we can choose which one we want to be our primary contact, which one do we want to be the main one, and then it will merge the secondary person's details into that. So, but I'll just close that now. So that's your contacts kind of the basic level. So you've got one single place to manage all of your information, be able to filter your contacts by recently added. So you'll be able to know if you just go and meet somebody, you're prospecting out on the street and you meet new people, then you'll capture their details directly into Pamtree on your phone. And then you may forget the name of the person you've spoken to, so you before you've had a chance to follow up. If that's the case, just sort your contacts by recently added, and then the people who you've recently added to your contact list will be at the top, which means you know those are the people that you've just met and who need to be followed up with. So contacts in this form so far seems very basic. However, the power comes from what we call tagging. So if we just open up Katie here, we can see down here in tags, and tags again can be set up depending on you, your business, what's relevant. This example is going to show you, as I say, is an example for a Forever Living business model, but same principles will apply. So here we can see Katie's got a couple of tags applied. A number one intro message, in which we've put to represent that we've introduced her to the business, and business opportunity, which I know in this instance has come through from the sales funnel that we've got here, but we can ignore that for this demo because I'll come on to that later. But basically what you can do, you create a tagging strategy that for anything that you want to be able to filter your contacts by. So imagine we had tens of thousands of contacts in here, or thousands, hundreds, whatever it is you have, and being able to say, okay, well, who have I introduced the business to? These two, great. Or who have I not introduced the business to? Ryan. Okay, great. Let me send Ryan a message because I haven't yet introduced him to the business. But tagging is not just used for prospecting to see where people are in a process. With Forever Living, it's all about selling products, like health and wellbeing products. Sometimes the products have benefits to them or things that they can help with. For example, it could be bad back. You might have a product that's good for that. So we can search. There we go, Ryan, and we can see that when clicking into him here, he's got Ryan suffers a bad back. And that can be good to know in Forever Living's case, is because they might have products that are good for people who suffer with bad backs, or they might eventually roll out new products that are good for that. So capturing all this information now enables you to then, if a new product came out that was good for bad backs, filter by it, see all the customers or all your contacts who you know suffer from that, and then you can reach out to them with a message to see if they're interested. With tagging, you can apply it obviously on an individual level by coming in and attaching, searching for different ones here. So what have we got? Customer, we've got that. So stage 3, business presentation, for example. Or we can apply them bulk. So if we go back to all of our contacts, here we go. Then what we can do here, we can select them in bulk and say add a tag. and then you'll click apply, and you can select which tag you want to then apply to all those contacts. So very, very simple. That's your contacts in a nutshell. Okay, so in the messaging section of Pamtree, this is where you manage all of your prospect messages. So if we come in here and click send new message, then from here you can add your own message templates to share with your team so that you have access to best practice responses and better responses that will convert better. You can store them and it's in different categories. So for example, in this demo we've got some objections. If I click on that, we go select template, we can see some here. We've got some templates set up for I don't have money or time right now, is this a pyramid scheme, or I don't want to bother my friends. So it's great for new starters because they wouldn't need to know the answers to these straight away, because they can come in here, select the answer to is this a pyramid scheme, and then here we go, an answer here which is a good response to that question comes here straight away. So they don't need to ask their team leaders or anything. They'll know straight away what's a good response. And of course they can edit the response as well before they send it to make it appropriate. But at least the foundation of the message will be along the right lines. But if I just show you in this example of a prospecting message, so I'm going to send a prospecting one. The forever living process would be first send them a message to see if there's any interest in taking a look at something without actually sending anything, then following up with a sort of 5-minute video presentation, which is a kind of early insight into the business, leaving them wanting more. And then the third step would be sending them the business presentation. So if I click the business presentation one here, let me just put in here, okay, let's put Katie. Okay, so we can see the template has populated here. And this here has got a resource in. So this will be the business presentation, which when we saved the template was selected from here, the resource area, which was added in our resource section. So that's where we store all of the resources that we might want to share with prospects or customers. So it could be PDFs for products which you might want to send out and have a separate selection of templates associated with promoting your products, or in this case, a prospecting video, so the business presentation. So as I'm sending this to Katie, what I'm going to want to do is tag her with the business presentation tag. So that means that when I send this message, Katie, because I've selected Katie and selected the business presentation tag, because that's the message I'm sending, it will automatically, when I click create message, update Katie in her contacts with this tag. So it means my contacts are always kept up to date with the latest tags, so I know exactly where they are, and it means the filtering within the contacts is kept up to date. You can save your templates, as I said, here by choosing the category, choosing the name, deciding if you want to share it with your team, the whole organisation, specific users, or just me in this case. So I'll leave that off. Then when I click create message, you'll see it pops up. What it's done, it's converted the link to a trackable link. And now I click this copy to clipboard, and all this will be doing, it'll be doing the same as me doing this. So it literally is doing copy, so it can be ready to be pasted anyway. So I click copy. Here we've got 2 quick options for Facebook or LinkedIn, and it will open those up. But in theory, I could just open up WhatsApp and paste it in there. I could open up Skype, I can open up Instagram, email, anything you want, because all you're going to be doing is actually pasting. So if I open up LinkedIn here, and if I just click here, I'm going to get right click and paste. Then there's the message. And if I just send that, great, that's gone. Now if I click the link, here we go, let's just close that because we don't need that one up. And then if I go back to Pantry now, that's been sent. Then just for speed, we can see here notification 1. There we go, we can see that it's been opened. So if I just refresh the screen for speed, we can see, yeah, here it is, business presentation was sent to 1 contact, 1 click. You can, for the purpose of tracking, only send to 1 contact at a time, because if you send to multiple, we won't know which person has opened it. And also, best practice when you're building relationships with people is to focus on on them and sending a message that's appropriate for them. So you could use a template as the foundation, but actually personalize it, because if Katie went on holiday, we're going to want to say that, but not everyone's going to have gone on holiday. So you need to keep the messages relevant, but this means that you can send trackable prospecting messages across any channel. You don't need to be limited to a certain one just to track it, or you don't need to ask your prospects or contacts to start using a different form of communication because it suits you. So this really powerful feature that will notify you, so you'll be able to decide once you've sent all your prospecting messages out, you'll get notifications when people are looking at them, or if they click it twice, it will tell you. So this one here's got 2, tells you the date and time, and the sooner you can follow up as to when they're looking at it, the better results you're going to get in terms of converting them, because that's going to be when they're most excited. But when you come in here, say you did prospecting yesterday, you'd come in here, you can look through and say, okay, these ones here with 2 clicks, these ones I'm going to follow up first, because these people are obviously really keen because they've taken a look at it twice. So I'll start with them, then I'll go down to the 1 clicks, and then maybe I'll give the people who haven't looked at it yet another day or so before I follow up. So I'm not nagging them, I know they haven't taken a look, so I'll give them a bit more time, and if they haven't in a couple more days, maybe I'll still send them a prompt. So really powerful way of tracking your prospecting messages, prioritizing your follow-ups, converting more because you're getting back to them faster, and then not annoying people as much because you're not following up with them when they haven't had a chance to look at it yet. That's the messaging section. Okay, so this here is the to-do list. So again, very simple task list here for you, so that you can manage all your business and personal tasks in a simple place alongside all of the other features. So you just come in here, add a new task, put the title, description of the task, the date that it's due, so when do you expect to be doing the task. And obviously you can move the date, so once you do it, if you can't do something on that date, you just change the date to a later date. There's no problem, it's not fixed or anything. You can put whether you want to repeat this task. If so, how often do you want to repeat it? Every 2 days? If so, until when? You can set those dates. Choose a category. So is this a task, personal task? Is it a product related one? Prospecting, training? You can categorize these however you want to manage your tasks. So it's completely up to you, but here are just some of the examples that we recommend. You can apply a tag if you want to, but you probably wouldn't do that very often in this. You might want to add a contact if, for example, this was going to be a customer reorder. You might want to remember which customer was ordering a product or something. And then you might want to associate a product if they were reordering a product. You might want to remember who was the task would be like customer reorder. Here it would be the name of the customer, and here it would be the product that they're ordering. And then you can set notifications on email or pop-up notifications to remind you of that. So once you've got them in here, you can search by personal. Let's have a look. Have I got any in there? There's one there, said birthday. Click on it. Up pops the information here. I can simply complete the task. There we go. That hops into my completed list. You can see on this one here, this was a customer order task, and actually what it did is it created an order. And it did that because when you add a contact and products to it, to a task, it will give you the option of converting that task into an order that sits in your customer tracker. So that if, for example, we've got a customer reorder, so if I incomplete this one, and I'll just go back here, customer reorder, so we see that task there. Open that up, you can see I've tagged this customer as I've tagged the task to say customer. The contact is Ryan, and he's ordering this aloe vera gel. And so because I've got the customer and a product in there, what it does is the integration between the to-do list and the customer tracker knows those two things means it's most likely to be something that will convert into an order. So it won't just allow me to complete it, it will also allow me to say complete and create order. And when I click that, it will say, okay, great. So this is the product. How many of them did he want to order? How much has he paid? What did I've sold it for the 40, yep, so he's paid that, because obviously I understand that not in some MLM businesses, not everyone pays at the time of ordering. Sometimes they pay after the products have arrived or services have been delivered. How much do you pay for it, or do you get it for? And then is there a delivery cost? Then you can simply create the order, and then that will, there we go, that's gone, and that order will now be in the customer tracker here. So we can see the list of all the orders in here. So that's a nice integration between the to-do list and the customer tracker. But apart from that, your to-do list is very, very simple. You just somewhere that you can keep all your tasks and tick them off as you complete your tasks throughout the day. You can say, actually, I want to do a bulk complete, apply. There we go. You can sort your tasks by date. So if you want to look at which ones want to be due within a certain date range, you can sort them by category. So whether you want to see how many tasks have you got set up for prospecting activity, you can do that. And then you've also got tags. So if you want to say how many tasks have you got set up for customers, in this case none. So it's good. Again, a very, very simple task list. You can see your old tasks here, so you can see what activity you've done. And you can sort all your tasks, again, by due date, recently added, or alphabetically. Okay, and this is the sales funnel section of Pantry, and this here is used to work with your teams to generate new leads and individually drive new fresh prospects into your personal contact list. So in this example here, we've got a funnel set up for the business opportunity that I'm going to take you through. The way in which our sales funnels are set up is they're not set up so that you can waste loads of time trying to make it look really pretty. We as marketing experts will provide you with best practice templates, and all we would do is work with you, the team leaders, to give us the content that you want, and then we will put that into the templates for you. And allow you to have that template to share, and instantly your team get access to the same template, but it's a personalized version for them so that the contacts go directly into their account. So if I take a look at this one's got just 2 stages. So it's an opt-in with a thank you page. So I come in on here, I can see there's 2 stages in here. Here's the landing page. So let me just click open that. We'll see here. Okay, so this here again, it's just an example with some sample content. We've just got one of our videos in here for now. So discover the secret millions of people are using to live life on their terms, and how you can too. So again, this one here, we've just put some kind of static information for now, but we can make this look and transform it completely how you want. Everything is customizable on here, and then people will put the information in. Let me just do somebody who I know is not in the system. And then, but the idea is that we create this with the team leaders, and then your team can instantly get access to it, so that you don't have to worry about having your teams to design something each individually. You can just invest that time in getting the content together. We'll create it for you, and then all of your teams get to benefit from the power of a sales funnel without the hassle of putting something together, getting it to work, and all of the things that can come around it that distract them from actually running their business. So here we go, tell me more. Then it comes up the next page. You can have whichever video you want as a follow-up here. And then you can also have here chat with me on Facebook. So if you've got that set up, that would link directly to my Facebook account there, because if it was in my account. So let me just go back here and we'll hop back to this one. Okay, so we can see here that's the main page, and then that's the thank you page. They're both on here. On the thank you page, under the settings, you'll see it asks for the messenger link. So this will be individually updated. So the pages will be done at a team level. We'll work with the team leader, create the landing page with the content that's best going to sell your product, services, or the business opportunity that you are offering. But then each of your users gets to use that, drives contacts directly into their contact section, but they can put their own tracking if they want to run ads. That's fine, their own personalized tracking, so that they can see how it works for them. And then they can also put their own Facebook Messenger chat link, so that if the prospects want to directly message straight away, they can. So it is a personal chat link, so that it goes straight through to that contact. If we go in here, we'll see Rajiv has now come in here, and the tag business opportunity, which is the name of that funnel, has been attached to him. So we'll be able to tell which of our contacts have come through from that funnel. So again, a very, very simple. You can have multiple funnels. We'll just work with you on making sure that the content is right and it's effective and it's compliant and all of those things, so you don't have to, because that's the key here, is that we get it set up, we get it working, that works for you, your team members, and then that's it. They instantly get their own version. By being part of your team, they don't have to save a funnel, you don't have to share it with them. By being part of your team and connected in Pantry, providing they have a Pantry account, they will all get access to the funnel, so they can use it and start sharing the URLs, start sharing these URLs on their social media or wherever, and then people going through those funnels, which will look like everyone else's in the teams, but it will be bespoke for them, and it will be driving leads directly into their account, and have their own Facebook Messenger link in there, so that they can start driving direct conversations in Facebook Messenger. Okay, now onto our customer tracker. This is where you can manage all of your customers with the products or services you're selling. In this case, we've got an example for a Forever Living business. We've got the products imported all in the back end, or we've added some of them, I think, in this example here. But what you can do, you can come in, you can add a customer. So let's just put G, here we go, add a customer order, comes in here, what's the order date? It's fine today, that's fine. Select products, and the products will come up here. Let's put the nectar, one of those, how much was it sold for, what's the wholesale price, again just completely making these numbers up, and how much has been paid. And we've added this in because from the focus groups we ran, some of the feedback is that not everybody pays for everything before everything's ordered, so they want to make sure they've got a record of the full order, and if they've only paid half the amount, they can know that, and then they can cross-reference it. But in this case, we'll just put that it's all been sold. You can add a second product or more, as many products as you need to complete the order that's placed. And then you just add that order, then it's in here. So then you can see all of your order details, keep a record of it all. You can filter by which products, you can see how many orders have particular products. You can search from a specific date range or to and from, so you can see how many orders you've had in a particular date range, nice and easily. And also you can search by specific customers, so you could say, well, actually I want to see just like Rajiv's orders, and then you'd be able to search by Rajiv, and then click search, and it will show me then just Rajiv's orders. So very, very simple, but it gives you that flexibility of being able to see, once you get loads and lots of orders in, you'll be able to quickly see who are your most loyal customers and your best performing customers, what are your best products, and actually how many orders have you had between a specific date range, which can be really, really effective to see if there's a good time of year that actually is better for you in terms of product orders. So that is the customer tracker. So this is the product section of Pantry. Again, another feature that's very, very simple but very, very powerful at the same time. So here you can come in and you can add your products, and you can add them, put in any product codes if they've got them, select the categories. So we've just got a couple of categories here, but you can add all your categories from the category section on the menu. So you add your products, put the name, description, if you want to share the products, or if you want your teams to be able to manage your products as well, the same set, rather than everybody individually adding products, then you can do that. But what's really powerful here is that you can add obviously an image here, but you can add tags. And how might you use tags? Let me take you through some of these ones here that we've got already set up. So if I look at this, we've got a weight loss product from Forever Living. So we can see there, and this has got a tag for weight loss. So that means that, say if you've got a new starter who does not very familiar with your products, they can come in here and they can say, tags, let me search for a product that's good for weight loss. There we go, these are the products. Or let's have a look, we've got any that are good for the immune system. So depending on who they're speaking with, they might understand their customers or potential customers or contacts issues and know that they've probably got a product right for it, but they might not know what that is. But if they do that and they search in here, it will show them because you've tagged the products with the different things that they're good for, so or like the benefits to them or what they can support with. So it could be like earlier in the contact section, we showed somebody's got a bad back. If there was a product for that, you could tag the product with bad back, and that way then you know to recommend, okay, this customer has this problem, and these products help with that. So a very, very simple feature, but by doing this at a team level, as a single team leader, you can manage all of the products and the benefits and what they're good for from a single place and update it in your team, because you've shared it with your team here by selecting here organization. That's your whole organization, so your team and sub teams, they all benefit from having the products centrally managed by the team leader and the tags that go with it. So if as soon as a product comes out or it gets improved, and it now helps with something else, you can tag it and instantly everyone benefits, and all they've got to do is search by tags. And again, if they want to search for specific categories, they can do that also. So a very, very simple feature, but gives them the power of understanding all of the products, having the product information, knowing what they're good for, so they know which ones to recommend, all from wherever they are, because they can access it on the phone or on the computer. So very, very simple but powerful feature there with products in Pamtree. Okay, so this is the resources section in Pantry, and it's again very, very similar to the products, is in that you can come in here, you can add a resource, and you might think, what is a resource? A resource can be anything from a prospecting video, so it might be a video a business presentation, it could be a link to a Zoom event that you want to again share with prospects, or it could be team training, it could be a video, product PDF, anything that you might want to share with somebody that might help them either with training or with prospecting or selling any of your products or services. So when you add something, you add the name, you can add a description, select which category. So here for some examples of resource categories: business presentations, new starter trainings, product benefits, and training for prospecting or training for retailing. And then you can add in again a URL if it's a URL, or you could upload a PDF, for example, if you wanted to. You can share these resources just like with products. You can share these resources, have them private just for you, share with specific users, your direct line, your team, or your whole organization, so all the sub teams as well. These, as I showed you earlier in messages, resources are integrated with your messages, so you can easily add them into messages, so when you're so you can send them to prospects really easily. But if you don't want things to be shared externally, you can tick this box and it will prevent them from appearing in that list. But just like with products, the power really in resources is the tagging and how that works. So if I show you some examples here of these ones we've got here, as you get loads and loads of resources, depending on the longer you've been in the business, and if you've got a big team, you'll have loads of training videos as well as loads of prospecting and retailing resources. So you might find that new team leaders, new team members come in and they want to know what's good for customer training, so product. So if we put, let me just see, what have I called them? Okay, so you might have been at an event, and there was a really good piece of content on retailing really well, but you can't remember who spoke or what it was called, but you remember where it was. So you could tag it by the venue as one of the tags, and then search. Here we go. Yes, that's it. So we can see here, and the tags applied here. So this is retailing a customer care presentation that was done, training for retailing. This is the person who spoke, this is where it was, and this was the event. All of these ways make it really, really easy to be able to find the things that you're looking for you and your team members, because it becomes very, very easy for you to remember something about what it is that you're looking for, but maybe not what it's called. Maybe you remember who it was who presented something, but not where it was. But all of these things will enable you to really quickly and easily identify the resources that you're looking for, or that your teams are looking for. And you could categorize things by new starter training and have just new starters in here, and that would make it really, really easy for any new starters to know these are the ones that they've got to these are the trainings that they've got to work through. So again, business presentations, it brings up all of the links here, so you can see who it's been shared with. So again, really, really powerful, because you just have you manage it all centrally. You manage who has access to it. You make sure that the links are up to date, so if things change, they've all got the latest version. You don't need to send it, they don't need to save it. They instantly get access by being a team member, providing that you have selected to share it with them when you add that resource, or you can edit it and share it with them then. But then it will instantly show in the messaging section under resources the ones that will appear here, so then they can be added easily to messages, which can then be tracked when they're shared with prospects. So again, very, very similar to products, and just a nice, simple but powerful feature. And the more resources that you add, the more powerful this will become. Okay, so this is the team section of Pantry. So here's where you come to invite team members. You've got two options here. You can invite a new user. So if they're not already on Pantry and you want them to invite a team member, you'd use this and just send them an email, and it will send them a personal invitation to ask them to join Pantry and join your team. However, if they've already registered for Pantry but aren't part of your team yet and you want them in your team, you can use this and it will send them a request to not to create a Pantry account because they have one, but just to be added to your team, and then they can accept. You can see any pending invitations here, and then any team members you'll see in here, and you can message them. Once you've got your team members in here, it means that any things that you shared with team members from any of the other sections, they will automatically have access to those, depending on whether they're a direct team member, if you've shared it with a direct team member. Once your team are in here, you'll also be able to send messages to them, select users, specific users, or you could have all teams, so everybody, and it will go to all their sub teams as well, or just your direct team. So a nice quick way for you to get a message out to everyone. So again, that's really it. You just come in here and you can invite your team members, send them messages if you need to, but you may or may not choose to use that, but invite them in here, and then they will benefit from the shared message templates, shared products, shared resources, etc. So shared tags and categories. So the whole setup, the shared funnels, all of that will become instantly accessible to them. The one way we do ask you to invite your team members is invite people who are in your direct line, and then when they join, get them to invite their direct line. So just like how you've all structured and introduced each other to the business, keep with that exact same structure. So don't invite your team's downline. You invite your team and let them invite their team, and then they'll invite their team, and that way then it keeps with exactly the same structure as how your network marketing businesses are currently set up.